This issue of £20, who was the finance minister? Who actually initiated it? I want to know everything that happened. And the elder began to narrate to me. My mother is a victim of £20. Till she died at the age of 78. She never had a bank account. I've said this severally. One day I have to ask her, why do you stock all this money in the kitchen? Because we had our money in the kitchen. Not modern day kitchen, no. Ukolu. We call it Ukolu. All those outside kitchen. We put cupboard there where we put pot of soup and the rest, or not modern kitchen. And so those who knew there is money there can come and take and move on. And she told me during the war, all her money in the bank was taken. And so I began to ask questions. Why would Nigerians be that cruel? And I was reliably informed that even that £20 was a gesture for reconciliation. That ordinarily, Nigeria was not supposed to give anybody who subscribed to Biafra a penny. And I said, what do you mean? He said, because what really happened was that during the war did not start immediately. The war started gradually. They were making announcement. Everybody come home. Everybody come home. The same way they are making the same fraudulent announcement to you. Bring your investment home. Bring your investment home. Some of you are foolishly taking it home. They will rob you. They will destabilize you. They will finish you. And you will blame Nigeria for it. And Nigeria will not listen to you. That is how they call them. They start withdrawing their money. It is on record that some of them even gave their money to Ojukwu freely. They supported Ojukwu. And so their money was withdrawn from the Nigerian bank and converted to the Biafran pounds. But then, they were not buying anything with the Biafran pounds. They were not paying anybody anything with Biafran pounds. So that paper you are displaying, oh, it's Biafra money, it's Biafra money. That is what Ojukwu used and his men used to collect your parents' money, including my parents. Because they started sending their money to Bank of Biafra. Ojukwu was using the naira or the pounds and shillings they were collecting, the pounds they were using there to buy ammunition. They bought from Israel. Go and ask Aton Zeribe. He was an armed dealer during the war. He supplied Nigeria and he supplied Biafra ammunition to kill themselves. My Igbo brother. Go and ask him. So Biafra currency was not used anywhere. It was not used any market. It was not accepted. Ojukwu deceived us. I love Ojukwu. I love his boldness. And this was because I didn't get the bottom of the story. In this instance, I blame Yoruba, I blame Hausa for not telling us the truth. Because most of our people will not be dying for issues we know nothing about. Go and ask Iwu Anyango, the leader of Ohanese Ndigbo. When did he construct the Imo airport? I think he's a civil engineer. Because you know nothing about constitution. They take advantage of your ignorance and do what they are doing. They get backing from the government at the same time. They rubbish you. This is a new year. So since Biafra pounds was not accepted, it was not a legal tender per se, what did Ojukwu do?
Oh, Mr. George Onyibe, hold it right there. This is the gospel truth. This is what I have been preaching. You see how this man, single-handedly, because of greed, he wants power. He dragged these people to senseless war, meaningless war, just because he wanted power and lied to them that they are going to war because Nigeria don't need them. Before you declare war, you must get prepared that, okay, this war, this is how we are going to sustain, This is how we are going to take care of ourselves. You have relationship with outside world, country that will supply you. You have access to the sea, country that will supply you ammunition. The people of the Niger Delta were not happy with the Igbos because of the way they were treating them. Before he declared this war, 6 months before he declared the war, he went to Niger Delta and arrested Adakaboro and said they must remain in Nigeria. What made Ojukwu think the people of Niger Delta will support him? You all saw a video when they were saying people were celebrating. Look at Gowon. Gowon have to divide state and tell the River State people and Akwa Ibom people, you don't have your state. They celebrated it. They were no longer under the Igbos. That Ojukwu dragged these people to war. He went to Abori so that all these places, Akwa Ibom, River State, Cross River, to return back to the old Eastern region. They were the one controlling the oil there. They were never with Ojukwu. And he think with the power, he can suppress. Biafra is to enslave the people of the River State, to join them in this their quest, stupid quest. And they gave him an amnesty. Shagari government allowed Ojukwu to return back to Nigeria. Deceiving these people. All the money in the bank, they asked them to turn it to Biafra currency. And Biafra currency was valueless. They wasted all their money for something they know nothing about. Deceived the people, and people were dying. Okay, let's continue.
What did Ojukwu do? He asked you to withdraw your naira and then forward it there. And many people did for the love of justice, but did not consider what brought the injustice. And after more than 90% of the Easterners' money in Nigerian bank were withdrawn into Biafra bank and then converted to pounds because they will take your naira and give you your pounds. Have you wondered why your parents, most of you who have Biafran pounds, go and ask your father, why did they have so many Biafran millions they never spent? Some of you, when you go to your grandfather's house or your father's house, those who were there during the war, if you break the roof, you will see bundle of money. Why did they not spend it? Why did they have such amount of billions still circulating till today and Kwashoko was killing people? Because that money was not a legal tender. Your real money was taken from Ojukwu and the rest of them. And my elder said, this is what now happened. After the war, there was a policy that since it's like this, many of you don't have money in the account again because your money has been given to Ojukwu and his men. In fact, the Central Bank of Midwestern State, Bender State, was robbed, broken down, every money dislodged by Biafran army who got there. Ask Aton Ziribe, did he ever collect Biafran pounds from Ojukwu to buy ammunition? But it's Omego. If I call names, some of you will be ashamed. You see all of you, we are getting God's 10 pounds, 20 pounds. I'm giving you a cross section. Maybe you go back and ask questions and reason so that we can remove ourselves from this hopelessness. That is what I call it. And then Nigerians said, how do we manage this? Remember, Yoruba owns the First Bank. It was First Start Bank, British Bank, before it was converted to First Bank of Nigeria. Yoruba owns it, whether you like it or not.
This is the truth. They should retry Ojukwu. They should retry Ojukwu in Nigeria court. That guy, that man don't supposed to be buried in Nigeria. He can't just drag the people to war like that. Millions of people died and return back to Nigeria and even create his own political party, Abga. What kind of insult is that? And Igbo, IPOB will be talking. They have the guts to be talking about other tribe. After 9 years after the Civil War, they make their brother the vice president of Nigeria. We as a Robo Chekiri that don't even talk about dragging the nation to war. Edo people have not like the president or vice president, even Senate president, and they are the ones still talking. After the war, people welcome them. They are everywhere in the country. They are still making noise. Still making noise. What kind of rubbish is this? Ojukwu is their problem. They don't even have a problem now. This Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu must face the law. And with all this nonsense Ojukwu did, Nnamdi Kanu have the guts to be insulting other tribe in Nigeria. This way I'm going to end the program. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you and God bless.